Maybe you thought it was over. Maybe you made mistakes, lost time, trusted the wrong people, or watched opportunities disappear right in front of you. And now you look at your life and wonder, how do I start again? But what if this isn't the end of your story? What if God is giving you another chance? Not because you were perfect, not because you never failed, but because your failure was never meant to be your final destination. You have been given another morning, another breath, another day to make a different choice. And you need to understand something. A second chance is not permission to repeat the first mistake. This time, you have to move differently. Stop carrying yesterday into today. Stop punishing yourself for things you cannot change. Stop waiting for someone to come and rescue you. The door may be open, but you still have to walk through it. Maybe God took something away because it was holding you back. Maybe a relationship ended because you needed to find yourself again. Maybe the plan failed because there was something better being built in its place. You may not understand it right now, but you don't need to understand everything to keep moving. You just need faith. You need courage. And you need the decision to say, I will not waste this opportunity again. Because this time, you know what it feels like to lose. This time, you know what regret feels like. And this time, you have a choice. You can stay where you are and keep telling yourself that your best days are behind you. Or you can stand up, reset your mind, rebuild your life, and prove that the person who almost gave up was never the person you were meant to become. A second chance is not something you should take lightly. When life gives you another opportunity, it is not simply asking you to try the same thing again. It is asking you to learn from what happened, grow from the pain, and make a better choice this time. Think about how many times you wished you could go back and change something. Maybe you wasted months doing nothing. Maybe you trusted someone who did not deserve your trust. Maybe fear stopped you from taking a chance. Maybe you had an opportunity in front of you, but you were not ready for it. We all have moments like that. Moments we wish we could rewrite, but you cannot rewrite yesterday. You can only decide what you will do with today. That is why a second chance matters. It gives you something your past never could, another opportunity to act differently. You already know what happens when you stay comfortable. You already know where excuses lead. You already know the feeling of watching an opportunity disappear because you were too afraid, too distracted, or too tired to take it seriously. So when another opportunity comes, do not treat it like something ordinary, or pay attention to it, respect it, work for it. You do not need to have everything figured out. You do not need to feel completely ready. Sometimes you simply need to recognize that the opportunity is in front of you and have the courage to take the first step. A second chance is valuable because you are not the same person who received the first one. You have been through things. You have learned things. You have seen what happens when you ignore the warning signs. Now you have the chance to move with greater awareness, greater strength, and a much clearer understanding of what really matters. Stop looking backward at everything that went wrong. There is a point where thinking about the past stops helping you and starts keeping you trapped inside it. You can remember what happened without allowing it to control every decision you make today. Maybe you made a mistake that still bothers you. Maybe you said something you wish you could take back. Maybe you trusted someone and they betrayed you. Maybe you lost an opportunity because you were not prepared. Whatever happened, it happened. You can spend years asking yourself what you should have done differently, but none of those answers will change yesterday. The past can teach you, but it was never meant to become your prison. There's a difference between learning from your mistakes and living inside them. Learning means you look at what happened, understand where you went wrong, and make a better decision next time. Living inside the mistake means you keep replaying it until you convince yourself that you are not capable of changing. Do not do that to yourself. You are allowed to move forward. You are allowed to become better. You are allowed to wake up one morning and decide that the person you were yesterday is not the person you are going to be today. Every day gives you another opportunity to redirect your life. You can change your habits. You can change your attitude. You can change the people you spend time with. You can start working toward the goal you abandoned. And yes, you may still have regrets. You may still remember the pain, but you do not have to carry it everywhere you go. Take the lesson. Leave the weight behind. Put your attention on what you can control right now, because your future needs more of your energy than your past ever will. Your past does not have the final word over your future. What happened to you may have changed you, but it does not have to decide who you become. There is a difference between having a difficult past and being trapped by it. You may have failed before. You may have made choices that you regret. You may have lost things you thought you would have forever. But none of those moments have the power to write the rest of your story unless you give them that power. Sometimes people become so focused on who they used to be that they forget they are still growing. They look at an old mistake and say, that is just who I am. No, that is who you were in that moment. You are allowed to learn. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to become someone your past self would not even recognize. Maybe you were weak before, but you can become stronger. Maybe you were afraid before, but you can choose courage now. Maybe you wasted your time before, but you can start using it with purpose today. Do not let one bad chapter convince you that the entire book is ruined. A failure can be a chapter. A broken relationship can be a chapter. A financial struggle can be a chapter. A season of confusion can be a chapter. But a chapter is not the whole story. You still have decisions to make. You still have goals to chase. You still have people to help, lessons to learn, and experiences waiting for you. So stop asking whether your past was good enough. Ask yourself what you are going to do with the time you still have. Your future is being shaped by what you choose today, not by what happened yesterday. God can use your hardest season to rebuild you. Sometimes the moments you hate the most are the moments that change you the most. When everything feels like it is falling apart, it is easy to believe that your life is going in the wrong direction. You wonder why the door closed, why the person left, why the opportunity disappeared, or why you have to struggle when you were already trying your best. But not every difficult season is punishment. Sometimes it is preparation. There are things you may never learn while everything is easy. Pain can teach you patience. Failure can teach you humility. Losing someone can teach you the value of the people who truly care about you. Being alone can force you to understand yourself. Struggling can show you how strong you can become when you have no choice but to keep going. You may not understand what God is doing while you're in the middle of the storm. You only see the confusion, the disappointment, and the uncertainty. But sometimes the bigger picture cannot be seen from where you are standing. Maybe the season you wanted to escape is building the person you need to become. So instead of asking only, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what is this trying to teach me? Use the pain. Learn from it. Let it make you wiser, not bitter. Let it make you stronger, not colder. Let it push you closer to the person you know you are capable of becoming. You may have lost something, but you may also be discovering something inside yourself that you never knew existed. Strength does not always appear when life is comfortable. Sometimes it appears when life gives you every reason to quit, and you choose to keep moving anyway. You must take action instead of waiting for the perfect moment. So many people spend years waiting for the right time to begin. They tell themselves they will start when they have more money, more confidence, more knowledge, more support, or more time. But the perfect moment rarely comes. There will always be another reason to wait. At some point, you have to stop preparing and start moving. You do not need to know every step before you take the first one. You do not need to feel completely confident. Confidence often comes after action, not before it. You become stronger by doing the difficult thing, not by sitting around thinking about how difficult it might be. Maybe you have been given another opportunity, but you are afraid of failing again. That fear is understandable. You remember what happened last time and you do not want to experience that pain again. But if fear controls your decisions, you can lose another opportunity without ever giving yourself a chance. Start with what you have. Use what you know. Take the smallest step you can take today. Send the message, make the call, apply for the job, start the business, open the book, go back to the gym, fix the habit, have the conversation you have been avoiding. You do not need to transform your entire life in one day. You simply need to stop standing still. Action creates movement, and movement creates clarity. Once you begin, you start discovering what works and what does not. You can adjust along the way. Do not wait until you feel fearless. Move while you are afraid. Do not wait until everything is perfect. Start while things are messy. Your next chapter will not begin because you thought about it enough. It begins when you finally decide to do something about it. Discipline and faith must replace excuses and fear. You can believe that better days are coming, but you still have to do your part. Faith gives you hope, but discipline gives that hope direction. Without action, even the strongest belief can remain nothing more than a wish. There will be days when you do not feel motivated. There will be mornings when getting out of bed feels harder than usual. There will be moments when doubt tells you that you are wasting your time and that quitting would be easier. Those moments are exactly when discipline matters most. You cannot build a different life by making excuses for the same habits. Every excuse may sound reasonable in the moment, but if you keep using it, it slowly becomes a lifestyle. I will start tomorrow. I am too tired. I do not have enough time. I am not ready yet. Eventually, tomorrow becomes next month, and next month becomes another year. Faith means trusting that your effort has meaning even when you cannot see the result yet. Discipline means continuing to work even when the result is taking longer than you expected. You may not control how quickly things change, but you can control whether you keep showing up. You can control what you do with your mornings, what you put into your mind, who you listen to, and whether you keep the promises you make to yourself. Fear will always have something to say. It will remind you of your failures and show you everything that could go wrong, but you do not have to obey it. Let faith remind you that your life can change, and let discipline make you work for that change. When excuses become uncomfortable and fear becomes loud, return to the simple decision to keep moving forward, one honest effort at a time. This time, do not waste the opportunity you prayed for. There was a time when you asked for the very things you have today. You wanted another chance. You wanted a fresh start. You wanted a better life, a stronger mind, a new opportunity, or simply a way out of the situation you were trapped in. And now that opportunity may be standing right in front of you, but you cannot treat it like it will always be there. Sometimes we ask for change, but when change finally comes, we become afraid of it. We want a new life, but we do not want to leave our old habits. We want success, but we do not want the discipline that comes with it. We want peace, but we keep returning to the same people and situations that destroy it. You cannot keep asking for a different life while making the same choices. This is your moment to become serious about what you say you want. If you have been given another chance, protect it. If a door opens, walk through it. If you have another opportunity to repair something, make the effort. If you have another day to work toward your goal, use that day wisely. Do not let comfort steal what struggle taught you. Do not let fear make you abandon something you once prayed for. And do not allow one bad experience to convince you that every future opportunity will end the same way. You know more now. You have experienced more. You have learned from mistakes that once felt impossible to survive. Use those lessons instead of running from them. A second chance does not mean everything will suddenly become easy. It means you have another opportunity to make better choices, to take your life seriously, and to become the person you were capable of becoming all along.